What up? It's Greggatron. Alright, real quick. I was on YouTube weeks ago. There's this dude, Broly Gaines. Him and his buddy, whatever he calls himself, Goku Pump, something like that. They're friends. Well, they posted a picture or a video, and the people in the comments, one of them said, man, you guys look great. And I've been training every day for a year, something like that. And I still don't look like you guys, right? So I replied to his comment. I'm like, bro, that's the problem. You've been training every single day. So let's talk about that. Let's unpack that. Let's dissect it. You cannot train every single day and expect to make additional gains. Like, you might get away with it in the beginning because you don't have any gains yet prior to training. But once you already establish some gains, it's going to be harder and harder to make additional gains, especially if you're training every single day. Stop doing that, and here's why. The body needs to recuperate. The body needs to recover. So the argument is, well, I switch muscle groups, right? Like, they'll do upper body one day, lower body the next day. That's what they say in their defense. I can train every day because I switch muscle groups. Be that as it may, daily training still shouldn't be done because you're still not giving the original. Let's say you train chest on a Monday and then you train legs on a Tuesday and you don't do chest again until like Thursday. That's only 3 days of rest for chest. And then in between, you're doing different things, arms, shoulders, whatever. You need to give your body plenty of time to recuperate. Even if you were to do like arms on that Wednesday, and then you go back to chest Thursday, you're still working muscle groups that are close to the original group you did on Monday. So I'm hoping I'm explaining this good for y'all. What I'm trying to say is you still need an expanded time period to rest that original muscle group. So, like me, I'm doing the Mike Menser thing still. So what I'm doing is chest and back on one day. And then 4 days later, I'll hit legs hard, smash legs. 4 days after that, I'm hitting delts and arms. 4 days after that, I'm hitting legs again. So even if I'm doing upper body, lower body, upper body, lower body, it's still more than 4 days from when I last hit that same exercise. Get it? So let's say you do chest 3 times a week. You're not giving your chest enough time to grow back stronger because you're smashing it 3 times a week. Like, you'll still make gains, but you won't make as many gains as you would have had you not recovered longer. And the heavier you start lifting, the more rest the body is going to need. Does that make sense? So yeah, and I explained some of this stuff to the guy on YouTube in the comments section. Because it's like, he means well, but supposedly no one ever told him, bro, you shouldn't be training every single day. And I know people who tell me this personally, who I know. They'll say, I train every day. And I'm like, why so often? And this person will say, oh, it's because I change muscle groups. I do different body parts. That's why. Stop it. The body needs rest. And it's crazy too, because now that I'm doing this Mike Mentzer thing, now that I'm training less, it's like at times I don't know what to do with my time, right? It's weird. When that happens, read a book. Maybe go on a little walk, play a video game, do whatever you gotta do. But it's just nice to know that you can make gains without constantly training. Because when you're training, you really are destroying your body, but you're making gains when the body builds back, building back stronger. But that won't happen unless you get the proper rest. Y'all need to look up Mike Mentzer, because this dude died almost 20 years ago, 22 years ago. But it's like now with social media, this dude's blowing up. And for the people who say he didn't know what he was talking about, or HIIT, which is high intensity training, that doesn't work. Try it. Prove him wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove others wrong who are saying this. And I still do the Arnold method. Like, I'll do a little combination of both. Like, his whole thing was do one set to failure of each exercise that you do. So sometimes instead of that, I'll still train once every 4 days or more if I need. But I might do an additional set, or I might do an additional excuse me. I might do an additional exercise that day opposed to just these 3 things or these 2 things. Whatever he has me do, I might do something else because I know I might not train 4 days later. So even if it's not arm day, I might include my arm day with my chest and back day, because it might be a busy week coming up. I might not be able to smash arms properly. So yeah, just be smart in the gym. Don't be an idiot. And ask people. Like, there's people in the gym who want to help you. Like, when I go to the YMCA, I see people younger than me who have no clue what they're doing. And I have a pretty good idea of who knows what who's doing. But like, I help people in the gym, like, hey, like with the tricep extensions, I seen this kid, hold on, let me sit this way real quick. I seen this kid, he was doing his tricep extensions like this. And I'm like, I was doing the pull machine, I was doing the rows. So I get up from what I'm doing, I'm like, hey, I was like, stop. I said, hold on. Bring your elbows down here, I said. Bring your elbows down to your side. Now, push. Because what you're doing, you're way up here. Your tricep ain't making proper gains what you're doing. I said, the only thing you should be doing is bending your elbow. And the tricep will pop. Y'all see that? But yeah, talk to people in the gym. Like, I know some people don't want to be bothered. They're trying to get in and get out. They don't want to be disturbed. But if you see somebody who might need help, like, help them. Ask them. Or ask them what they're trying to do. And I'm not saying you work at the gym. You're a personal trainer. But that means a lot to people when you go out of your way to help them out. Especially young people. Like, when I was in my early 20s, I went to it's a LA Fitness, and I had a lady teach me something. What was it? Something about the leg press machine. Now that I brought it up, now I can't think of. Oh, I was doing the leg press machine, somewhat heavy. You know what this woman told me? And I don't even think she worked there. This is some of the coolest advice. She said, what I just said, stop doing that. Stop. I'm like, why? What's wrong? She said, lower the weight and do it unilaterally, one leg at a time, and crank those babies out and see what happens. I said, okay. Because I was lifting heavy before that, right? So I do unilaterally, one leg at a time. I'm pressing it with lower weight. And she's just looking at me. I'm looking at her and I'm like, I'm making some gains right now. She's like, see? And then she walked off. Like, we need that. Like, me and my buddy, we used to go to a Planet Fitness. And there's a woman there. I'm going to say her name. But just cool-ass woman. She worked there at the front desk. But she would encourage us on our workout. She'd say, like, is that all you're going to do? Really? That's it? You can't do more than that? So it's like whenever she was at the gym, when we were at the gym, we would always try to like do more because we knew she was going to push us. And me and my boy, we were already training partners because we would go when we get off work. But with her there, we had that extra sense of that extra sense of let's go. So she wasn't even training with us, but she was like an extra push, that extra coach, that extra inspiration. And she was fit too. Good people. Real good people. But I love going to the gym for these reasons. Like some people, they talk too much in the gym and then you forget what you're doing. And you're like, okay, buddy, let me get back before my body starts to cool down. But yeah, talk to people in the gym. Because if you don't know, you don't know. You feel me? And the more knowledge you have, the more gains you will make. Because there's many different training methods and regimens. You don't have to do all that stuff. You can just do what fits and what suits you the best. So try different things, see what works for your body, because you know your body better than anybody else, except for God. You and God know your body better than anybody. So just try different things and see what works for you. All right, with that said, this video's long. Peace.